Imagine having the power to change your life in just 6 months. Sounds impossible, right? But it isn't. Transformation, it's a powerful word, isn't it? It conjures up images of caterpillars turning into butterflies, coal compressed into diamonds, and the ugly duckling becoming a swan. But we're not here to talk about fairy tales. We're here to talk about real-life transformations, the kind that can take a person from rags to riches, from poverty to prosperity in just 6 months. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But it's true, and we have the stories to prove it, like the story of a woman who was living paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet, and then 6 months later she was running her own successful business. Or the man who was homeless, who had nothing but the clothes on his back and a dream in his heart, and in 6 months, he was a property owner, a successful entrepreneur. These stories are not anomalies. They're the result of a powerful process of transformation that any person, regardless of their current financial status, can undergo. And the best part? It doesn't require any special skills or talents. It doesn't require a college degree or a wealthy family. All it requires is a willingness to change, a commitment to follow a proven process, and the courage to take action. So, what is this process? What is this magical formula that can turn a pauper into a prince, a beggar into a billionaire in just 6 months? Is it some secret knowledge available only to a chosen few? Is it a magic potion, a genie in a bottle, a magic wand? No, it's not magic, it's not luck. It's a method, a process that anyone, even the poorest among us, can follow and succeed. This is the power of transformation. It's real, it's powerful, and it's available to all of us. All we have to do is seize it. We often associate wealth with luck or inheritance, but that's not always the case. Let's debunk some common misconceptions about wealth, shall we? One of the most prevalent fallacies is that wealth is a game of chance, a lottery where only a lucky few hit the jackpot. This belief is as far from the truth as the Earth is from the farthest star in the universe. Sure, there are those who have stumbled upon a fortune or two, but they are the exceptions, not the rule. Another widespread notion is that you have to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth to amass wealth. While being born into an affluent family can give you a head start, it doesn't guarantee a finish line draped in gold. History is replete with stories of self-made millionaires and billionaires who started from scratch. They didn't have a trust fund to fall back on, just a relentless drive to succeed. There's also this idea that wealth is exclusively about money. It's not. Wealth is not just about the digits in your bank account or the price tags on your possessions. It's also about the richness of your experiences, the depth of your knowledge, and the breadth of your influence. True wealth encompasses financial freedom, yes, but also personal growth and fulfillment. Lastly, there's this belief that wealth is unattainable, that it's a lofty dream meant for a select few. But here's the thing. Wealth is not a club with an exclusive membership. It's not a VIP section cordoned off for a privileged few. It's an open field, a landscape of opportunities waiting to be seized. Wealth isn't about luck or inheritance, it's about mindset, knowledge, and action. The first step towards wealth is a shift in mindset. We often hear about the power of mindset, but what does it truly mean when it comes to financial success? It's all about the way you perceive and approach wealth. The correct mindset can be the catalyst that propels you towards financial prosperity, while the wrong one can serve as an anchor, keeping you stagnant in a sea of financial struggle. Imagine the mind as a fertile garden. A poverty mindset is like planting seeds of doubt and fear, which, when nurtured, grow into thorny bushes of financial insecurity. It's a mindset that operates on scarcity, always focusing on what's lacking, on what can't be done. It's a mentality that says, I can't afford it, instead of asking, how can I afford it? This kind of mindset keeps people trapped in a cycle of financial struggle, limiting their potential growth. On the other hand, a wealth mindset is about planting seeds of confidence and opportunity. It's a mindset that operates on abundance, focusing on possibilities and potential growth. It's a mentality that doesn't see obstacles, but opportunities for progress. It's about believing that you are deserving of wealth and understanding that wealth is not a privilege reserved for a select few, but a possibility for anyone willing to work towards it. A wealth mindset is not about being reckless with money. It's about being smart. It's about understanding that money is a tool that can be used to create more wealth. It's about knowing the value of investments and understanding the power of compound interest. It's about being financially literate and making informed financial decisions. However, adopting a wealth mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. It involves unlearning old beliefs and habits and embracing new ones. It involves challenging your fears and doubts and pushing past your comfort zone. It involves taking responsibility for your financial future and making the conscious decision to change. Remember, the mind, like a garden, requires constant care and attention. It needs to be watered with positive thoughts and pruned of negative ones. It needs to be fertilized with knowledge and illuminated with clarity. And just like a garden, the fruits of a well-tended mind are bountiful. Change your mind, and you change your world. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to finances. Picture this, you're standing in front of a locked door, and the key to unlocking that door is financial knowledge. This door leads to a room filled with opportunities, stability, and the freedom to make choices that enrich your life. It's the room of financial independence. But without the key, without financial knowledge, that door remains closed. Now, let's talk about this key, this financial knowledge. It's not about becoming a Wall Street whiz or a stock market guru. No, it's about understanding the basics. It's about knowing how to budget, how to save, how to invest. It's about understanding credit, loans, and interest rates. It's about knowing the difference between assets and liabilities, between income and expenses. These might sound like big, scary words, but they're not. They're just labels we put on very simple concepts. And once you understand these concepts, you'll have the power to control your money instead of your money controlling you. But here's the thing. Most of us were never taught these concepts. Our schools taught us algebra and history and literature, but they didn't teach us about money. They didn't teach us about credit scores or retirement funds or the magic of compound interest, and that's a problem. Because without financial education, we're left to figure it out on our own, often through trial and error, often at great cost. But it doesn't have to be this way. Financial knowledge is out there, ready to be learned. It's in books, it's on websites, it's in podcasts and YouTube videos. It's accessible, it's available, and it's waiting for you to seize it. All you need to do is reach out and grab it. Because remember, this isn't just about money, this is about freedom, this is about independence. This is about opening that door and stepping into a room filled with opportunities. A room where you're not just surviving, but thriving. To master money, you must first understand it. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. This mantra is what separates the dreamers from the achievers, those who merely fantasize about wealth from those who take the reins of their financial future. You see, knowledge is an essential component of wealth creation, but it's just that, a component. Without the crucial element of action, knowledge is like a car with no fuel, a sailboat without wind, a bird with clipped wings. Consider the world of investing. You may have read every book on the subject, attended seminars, and even earned a degree in finance. But unless you take the bold step of actually investing your money, that knowledge remains theoretical, unrealized potential, and it's not just about grand gestures or risky ventures. True wealth creation is often about consistently taking small, practical steps. It's about setting up that automatic savings account, investing in that low-cost index fund, or starting that side hustle you've been thinking about. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, the progress may seem insignificant, but as the snowball gathers momentum, it grows larger and faster. Each small action you take is like a snowflake, gradually building up your wealth snowball. But remember, action without direction can lead to chaos. That's why the action we're talking about is informed action, guided by the sound financial knowledge we discussed earlier. It's not about making hasty decisions or taking unnecessary risks. It's about making calculated moves that align with your financial goals. So start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment because there's no such thing. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and every fortune, no matter how large, began with a single action. Action is the key to all success. So go ahead, turn your knowledge into power. turn your willingness into action. And watch as your financial dreams turn into reality. Now let's talk about the 6-month journey to wealth. Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain, looking up at the peak that seems miles away. The journey to financial success can feel just as daunting. But with the right steps, that peak is not only reachable, but it's also closer than you think. First things first, you've got to set your financial goals. Be specific, be realistic. Whether it's paying off debt, saving for a down payment, or starting an investment portfolio, your goal is the peak of your mountain. Next, you're going to want to create a budget. This isn't just about cutting corners and pinching pennies. It's about understanding where your money is going and making conscious decisions about how you want to allocate it. Now you're ready to start climbing. This is where you take action. Pay down your debts, start saving, invest. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your wealth. The key is to start small and stay consistent. Halfway up the mountain, you'll need to reassess. This is where you check in on your progress, make any necessary adjustments, and keep climbing. You're not just on autopilot, you're actively steering your financial journey. As you near the peak, don't be discouraged by the steep climb. This is where perseverance comes in. Remember why you started this journey and what's waiting for you at the top. And finally, when you reach the top, take a moment to appreciate the view. Relish the satisfaction of reaching your financial goal. But remember, this is just one peak. There are more mountains to climb, more goals to achieve. 6 months from now, you can be in a completely different place financially. You just have to start. Consistency is the key to breakthrough. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a principle that has stood the test of time. The power of consistency is like a drop of water falling on a rock. A single drop might not seem like much, but over time, that consistent drip can wear down even the hardest stone. Imagine a person trying to build muscle. They don't get a well-toned body by lifting weights once or twice. It's the repeated action, day in and day out, that leads to visible change. That's the power of consistency. It's not about making massive leaps, but taking small, persistent steps towards your goal. Now let's apply this principle to wealth creation. You see, becoming rich isn't an overnight phenomenon. It's a process, a journey. And on this journey, consistency is your most reliable companion. It's about making smart financial decisions consistently, not just when it's easy or convenient. It's about investing wisely and regularly, not just when the stock market is booming. In the realm of wealth creation, consistency means not being swayed by the highs and lows of the market. It means sticking to your financial plan even when things look bleak. It means consistently learning, growing, and adapting to new financial strategies and situations. But remember, consistency doesn't mean rigidity. It's not about sticking to a failing plan. It's about being consistent in your commitment to financial growth and being flexible in your strategies to achieve it. So, how do you foster consistency? Start with small, achievable actions. If you're new to investing, start with a small amount that you can afford to put aside each month. Make it a habit. Over time, these small actions will compound, and before you know it, you're not just seeing change, you're experiencing transformation. Remember, consistency is what transforms average into excellence. So let's strive for consistency. Let's strive for excellence. Because in the journey of wealth creation, consistency isn't just the key, it's the entire lock. The power to change your financial situation is in your hands. Let's rewind and remember the journey we've just traversed. We've discovered the transformative power within us, the power that can turn any financial situation around. We've debunked the misconceptions about wealth, understanding that it's not about luck, but about the right mindset and knowledge. Speaking of mindset, we've explored how shifting our thoughts can lead us to financial success. This is not just about dreaming big, but also about taking consistent action based on sound financial knowledge. Remember, knowledge is the stepping stone to action. It's the fuel that propels us towards our financial goals. And once we start acting, the journey of 6 months towards wealth begins. But the journey doesn't end there. It's the power of consistency that keeps us going, that keeps us growing. The consistency of our actions, our learning, and our growth is what will make us rich, not just monetarily, but in every aspect of life. So don't wait for the right moment. Start your journey today, and in 6 months, You'll be amazed at how far you've come.